Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. It is Arsenal 5, Manchester City 1. Yes, you've heard that rightly. Judges, what an unbelievable statement win. And I must say, in the first half, we have David Raya to thank, and we have a question mark over Kai Havertz, who did make up for it, by the way. But what do you make of it, bro?
Well, my mate said to me today, we win 4-1 or 5-1. I said, listen, mate, stay humble. I said, like, you know what I mean? That ain't going to happen. But listen, it is. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable performance. Going to say, like, team performance. You know what I mean? Let's start with Kai. You know what I mean? Thought we played really, really well, but people will question that chant. You've got to bury that down. You know what I mean? That would have been 2-0. It might have been a different game. Who knows? You know, we was on the edge there. HAALAND done absolutely nothing in that game. Bang, one chance goal, and that's the difference. You know, so but
was the one he scored harder?
Yeah, yeah. Like, listen, he played well after that. Like, made some good hold-up play and all that. Like, I thought, you know, listen, I thought the front three today were brilliant. Like, you know, there's question marks about what we needed, so we know that. But they responded really well. Martinelli, by the way, since this has happened, since Saka's gone out, has really responded well. Again today, played very, very well. Always on the shoulder. And then, you know, listen. Would HAALAND, and I don't want to criticise Kai with this, would HAALAND have put it to Odegaard for that first goal? It just tells me it's a lack of confidence with goals. You know what I mean? Like, listen, he done the right thing, he scores, but like at the end of the day, as a striker, you want your striker.
Not as instinctive, like.
Yeah. Like your striker, you want to smash that in the back of the net. I get it's a great look. We scored, so you have to give him praise for that. But I look at that and I think, like, if you was a proper horrible striker, you bury that yourself. But listen, I thought there was some fantastic performances. Raya in the first half made 3 unbelievable saves, definitely 2. The one from the corner is sensational. It's absolutely sensational. And then players went on from there, you know, and you have to say, 2 players that stuck out today. One coming to the end of his Arsenal career, one at the beginning, like, you know. But Thomas Partey today, I'm going to have to say, it was like, he was unbelievable in there, like, you know. And when he plays like that, Arsenal are a very, very difficult team to beat. And of course, Miles Lewis-Skelly, I'll get that right one day, was, well, 18 years of age. What can you say? What can you say? You know what I mean? It was just a sensational performance. You know, that first half when he burst through, he robbed it off for Foden and then went 30, 40, 50 yards. Oh, I can't speak highly enough of him. Like, listen, a fantastic performance, but just just look at the ball and that go. Just give these players just something that they need. I know it's a little negative, but give them something there, because I'll tell you what, that was unbelievable today. That was an unbelievable performance.
Look, we've got 2 under-18s that we're looking at right now that are 2 of the best players on the pitch. Miles Lewis-Skelly, you mentioned. Ethan Nwaneri coming on, getting the 5th goal. What a goal, by the way, Lee. And I look at these 2 kids in a moment, and I think they're 2 of the shining lights this season. I didn't expect that. I thought they could come in and be a little bit of a squad player here and there, maybe get a few Carabao Cup games, maybe give us something in the Champions League group stages. But right now, I think they both get into the first team.
Yeah, like, listen, it'd be really interesting to see what happens on Wednesday, where if Nwaneri plays, because, you know, he has got that goal threat. Listen, it's no coincidence. He scored on a very similar goal on Wednesday. He's got it in his locker. But I'll tell you what he has got in his locker as well. You don't, as a defender, you don't know if he's going to come inside, go outside. He's got all the tricks. You know, he's got all of the ability. 17 years of age, you know. I think we'd better check his birth certificate, like, because I don't think he's like, he is playing as a 23-year-old, 24-year-old. He's got the stature. And listen, he's been fantastic for us. I will say this now, and this is what is a little bit frustrating when people go, oh, we ain't got the backup for Saka. He's the backup for Saka. Yeah. You haven't got anybody that can come nearer that there. The club has saved 40, 50, 60 million for getting a backup for Saka. Like, go out now and just go over the top for who the striker is. Like,
well, let me ask you that now. We ain't got long left. It shuts tomorrow. Are we going to do anything last minute?
Well, nah. I've resigned myself to it, like, you know, and that's what's frustrating. Is from my point of view, is that this is going to be a season that what could have been. You know, like, what could have been if we didn't get injuries, what could have been if the referees hadn't gone our way, and what could have been if we hadn't got the striker and the proper players in the right areas. You know, I will say this, I don't want to leave it on the neck. It's been a fantastic night, but the club has let this let us down as fans. You know what I mean? They've let us down by not going in and getting a striker and getting the players that we need. Not only let us fans down, I think has let down the players as well, because you can see them out there today performing like that. Now, you know as well as I know, if Arsenal play like that at that level, they will win every single game. But they can't do that. So sometimes you need a forward that's going to get you out of jail when you're not quite at it. You end up winning the game 2-0, which you shouldn't have won, or you may have even drawn. And that is the thing that will come back and bite us in the end. But listen, to destroy the big thing for me today, and I'll leave it on a plus, is that we've destroyed Man City, and they've done it to us when they were better than us, and they've destroyed us, and we are a better team than them today. And we just put our foot on them like they've done to us in the past, and that is the thing that I take today. Like, I don't care, like, you know what I mean? They have been humbled, well and truly, and that's what I like to see, like, you know. So that's it, like, proper performance today, proper win. And I don't know if old Pep will be scratching his head today or not, like, you know what I mean? But you know what? I don't care. Get in there.
Love that, man. Let's see what Arsenal do in the coming hours. Russ, let's come to you, mate. I know that you've been very vocal about it, mate. You've been very, very vocal about the Cronkies and about Mikel Arteta over this season in terms of our squad, but that was a result that you and I in the pub before never saw coming, mate. What did you make of it today?
Never saw that coming. Got to put all that to bed for the time being, because if you can't be happy after that, you must be one miserable bastard. So, yeah, I thought the team played exceptionally well. I think City play into our hands to a certain extent, though, because they do play sort of a high line and they do press up the pitch and they do leave you space in behind. So, I thought Partey was absolutely superb today, and as Lee alluded to, Raya made them 2 really vital saves when we were 1-0 in the first half. Say HAALAND, he did absolutely nothing really. He had 1 chance and scored, which is typical of him. And the stick he got was absolutely wonderful, by the way. I thought it was absolutely... The Poznan, when we went 4-1 up, was absolutely magic. It was a pleasure to be an Arsenal fan.
It's been about 10 years since we can do that, Russ. Maybe more.
It's been a long time since we've been able to like celebrate like that against these. And I know we've not won anything, and I know we might not win anything, but to have that bit of joy today, it made an old heart glad in me. It really did. Skelly today, what a fucking performance! What a performance from him for as young as he is. And we was all whinging a little bit before the game because Nwaneri wasn't starting, but Martinelli played really, really well on the right hand side. Gave him lots of problems, and then obviously when we changed it over, it just gave them another problem, another load. Something I've been crying out for quite a few years is to change players over from one wing to the other and give fullbacks a different problem, a different puzzle to solve. And they just couldn't cope. When he came on with his direct running, and I don't know if you noticed it, but there was one particular passage of play when he took the ball down on the half turn out of the middle of nowhere, out of the air, and just turned and beat the player. I mean, that's an exceptional piece of skill for someone that young in a big game like that, where the world's watching that. It was a fantastic performance. The centre backs was brilliant, the goalkeeper was brilliant, Skelly was brilliant, Partey was brilliant. Normally we're talking about lacking in certain areas, but I just thought the whole team. Havertz was very, very good. I know he's got his detractors. He might have missed that chance in the first half when we should have buried it, but we didn't. But he led the line well. We linked up play well, and he gave them lots of problems when he had the ball. So overall, I'm absolutely over the moon.
What about these 2 kids? How good can they be? We've seen Merce come through, we've seen Rocky come through, more recently we've seen Wilshere and Saka come through. Do you think we've got this level of talent on around with these 2, or do you want to go that far yet?
No. I think we're rightly infused, because I think they are that good. I mean, you're not a mug if you play for Arsenal Football Club. It doesn't matter how you rate in fans' minds. You're still a very good player to come and play for this club. But they are exceptionally good. They really are. I'm not going to blow smoke up them too much, but I think they really are. They've got brilliant careers in front of them. If they stay level-headed and they carry on with the same curve of progression, I think they could be really, really exceptional players for us. Yeah.
Lastly, window is still open, although you wouldn't know it. Do you expect anything to happen?
Well, we know how this club rolls, don't we? I'm not going to moan about that today because I'm so buzzing about the result. But we all know the problems at this football club, and they're deep-seated, unfortunately. And that's for another day.
Big up, Russ. DJ, let's bring you in, my bro.
Dan?
Listen, man.
Oh,
We're buzzing. Before the game, we were uncertain. We both thought that Ethan Waneri should have started. He did come on and score an absolute worldie. Today, I'm talking about these two young kids. I thought Thomas Partey was outstanding, and Raya deserves a mention in the first half. But these two young kids, we got some talented players on our hands, man.
Dan, all I can say, it could have been costly with a miss in the first half. Horrendous miss by Havertz in the first half, and that could have been costly. You go back last season against a City team, that may well have been. But, very thankful today that it wasn't. The two kids, as long as they can carry on and play with their freedom, especially Waneri, as long as he keeps that freedom going and that fearless play that he's got, I think we've come across a real gem. And I mean he could be on the levels of Saka and beyond. I mean there's signs that I'm seeing what he's coming out with. That I didn't see Saka do at that age. So that's a plus for me. Partey, I don't ever want to see him at right back, ever. I think he's got to stay in midfield, and I think once again he's proven that today.
Player of the match for you?
Just about, yeah. But I want to give Saliba a mention. I thought Saliba was marshalled that back line very, very well alongside Gabriel. I thought he was immense today. I'm not a big Trossard fan, as people might be aware, but I thought Trossard played well out on the left again today. When I saw the lineup at the start of the game, Dan, I thought, give Waneri a go, Trossard on the left. I was a bit worried, but fair play to Trossard. I thought he stepped up very, very well. I mean, there was good performances all around, but Skelly and Waneri, I mean, hats off to them. I mean, if that's the sort of talent we've got coming through the club, then long may it continue, mate. And they took their goals absolutely brilliantly. I mean, Skelly fearless, the way he cut in there, shows sign that he can play in midfield as well. Because that finish there was signs of a player that you can see that can adapt to the midfield role if needed. So that's a plus. Haaland got a bit of stick there, and. Rightly so, but again, that's the difference between having a striker and not having a striker. One chance, he was out the game all game, and he had that one chance, Dan, and it was in the back of the net. And I thought the Partey goal, albeit by deflection, came at just the right time. I think the longer that game had stayed at 1-1, it might have fizzled out to a 1-1, but I think that second goal, the City heads went really down because they fought so hard to get back in the game, Dan. And when that second goal went in, I literally, it was a different Arsenal. Yeah. Rice got on the ball a little bit more, which I thought he was a bit quiet in the first half, but come second half, you could see him wanting the ball a little bit more, dictating play, driving forward, which is what we needed. And fair play to Havertz, he took his goal well. I mean, sometimes you have to give credit where credit's due. He took the goal well. Another goal that came at the right time. And then there was only one team in it. But I've been saying all season, this City team was there for the taking. I said it at the start of the game. From what I've seen of Man City this season, I thought they've looked very poor at the back. And they've definitely been there for the taking all season. And that just proves it to me. Any good team that was going to come up against them on their day was always going to do that to them. But what I will say that's brought down, that result has not just brought ripples in the Premiership, even though I still think Liverpool are just going to do it. Unfortunately, I think going forward in the Champions League, I think that's put a big statement out in the Champions League as well. I think that any team that faces us in the Champions League, because they've got to come out and attack, they're not going to sit back. I think, that suits our style of play.
Look, I've said it before, I think out of the two, I want the Champions League. I've said that. A lot of people have asked me, which one would you prefer? Well, the one I haven't won, seen us win, of course, right? I want the Premier League, of course I do, but if I could only have won the Champions League, I think that we've got a better chance of that because cup competition. Play like that, we've got a great chance. My problem is, we've got a day left, we need something, and I've got to ask you to close. Do you think we're going to make any form of signing?
I can't see it, Dan. I can't see it. I think deals would have been done by now. And to be honest with you, I know we've won today and everyone's buzzing. I'm still very, very disappointed the way the club has dealt with these transfers. You know, I always said it was a poor window in the summer. I think we needed a striker. I still think we need a striker. It's not going to happen. And then come the end of the season, I think it's going to come back to bite us. But, you know, let's enjoy tonight. Because, you know, let's enjoy today. Let's enjoy tonight. It's been a long time. And give credit where credit's due. There were some brilliant performances all round the pitch today. So long may it continue, guys. Long may it continue.
Long may it continue indeed. There you have it, people. The Emirates, it has finished Arsenal 5, Manchester City 1. Stay humble, Haaland.